Since Sri Lanka declared a barely observed ceasefire dead at the start of the year, the military has stepped up its offensive against the Tamil Tigers. This week, the army claimed the town of Mallavi, describing it as a nerve center for rebel operations. These pictures of government troops patrolling the town were shown on state television. The military has been focusing on the Tigers' northern stronghold ever since it claimed victory in the east a year ago. Its target is Kilinochchi, the Tigers' de facto capital and the center of the territory it calls Eelam. The Sri Lankan government has been keen to publicize its recent victories, claiming it has the Tigers on the run.
We have experienced earlier that we conduct operation in one area and shift our attention to another area. So LTTE used to muster all their resources and attack those places which we have liberated. So this time we don't wanted them to muster all their reserves, whatever available, and that is the main reason for us to attack them in different directions.
But the rebels, listed as terrorists by the US, India and Europe, remain defiant. They say they've inflicted heavy losses on the military. As fighting intensifies on the northern battlefield, stringent security like that seen in this checkpoint behind me is in place in and around the capital, Colombo. While this has helped reduce the number of attacks by the Tamil Tigers, it is impossible to prevent every single attempt. The government set aside $1.5 billion for the war this year. All talk of peace is now on the back burner.
The government seems to have made some success with regard to capturing territory that had been held by the LTTE in the past. But the cause for concern is that the government is not, as a parallel process, attaching sufficient attention to the political solution part of the challenge. Sri Lanka's ethnic conflict is an essentially political problem, a political challenge, and while there may be a military dimension that has to be addressed, the political solution also needs to be addressed.
But the intense fighting in the north has pushed tens of thousands of people from their homes. People in the capital have mixed views after a series of bus and train bombings.
But our security is still very good. They are doing a damn good job of work.
For the family's sake, yes, schools constantly have advisories going around saying be careful. So yes, on a day-to-day basis, there is a concern.
Sri Lankans have lived with conflict for more than 2 decades. Some 70,000 people are thought to have been killed since the Tigers started their fight for an independent homeland, claiming Sinhalese-led governments marginalize the Tamil minority. Even as they hope for peace, ordinary civilians continue to count the cost of one of Asia's longest-running conflicts. Minelle Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Colombo.